Hello and welcome. You're watching 5 at 5, and I'm joined by Bharat Ramraj in Bengaluru, Vaibhav Tripathi in Bengaluru, and Shojani from Kolkata. So it's a show where we're going to talk about, and we have discussed it. It's not like we are discussing it for the very first time, but I think it need more, and it need more from the people who already saw it from Bengaluru. My first point is towards Bharat Ramraj because he saw the initial phase of RCB's training because RCB trained in a two different host cities this time around. It was Raipur also, and it was, we all know, the Chinnaswamy Stadium. There were a lot of things around that. What if that final would be played, in Chinnaswamy Stadium? It will be a complete, means I cannot even imagine the kind of magnitude it can carry. Back to back titles, and RCB is playing as means they hate the word defending champions as attacking champions in Chinnaswamy Stadium, and you just sense the atmosphere, and you will still feel goosebumps that in Ahmedabad, obviously into three crowd means 40,000 in RCB in Chinnaswamy Stadium for RCB, and then you have 1,20,000 in Ahmedabad outside the Narendra Modi Stadium. But Bharat, it's not only about the players. Obviously, the players executed everything, and since last means what 20 odd hours, we were discussing only about the RCB players. We are discussing about Virat Kohli, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Hazelwood, Patidar, you name it, and we have discussed it. There will be an interview for you guys also from the RCB camp, none other than Venkatesh Iyer. That's been done by Boria Majumdar, so you can know. And I was listening to that, first 4 or 5 minutes, and he told about that the very first thing in that interview was how difficult it was, to start so late. But look at the performance, look at the impact of a Venkatesh Iyer, and that's what good teams do. That's what a champion Mumbai Indians did. That's what a champion CSK did. A KKR did. A SRH did. They have good players in the bench. They have a good system around them. They have definitely good players. But starting from the auction strategy to the people in management to the execution part, and then to the last and the most important part is all about players. I think that's more about it. So, but starting from you, you have seen, the team has done really well as far as this season is concerned. They are the champions. But I really want to know from you that how it started. When we talk about RCB, we cannot forget the name of Malolan Rangarajan. We cannot forget about Mo Bobart. We cannot forget about Dinesh Karthik. We cannot forget about, Andy Flower, and definitely the players there. Uh, but how do you start this? What changed? Does the entry of Andy Flower in this team completely change the team? Was that the tactician Mo Bobart in it, the Dinesh Karthik who act as a bridge between, Manolan Rangarajan who act as someone, you know, obviously the women's team is also there, but more importantly, it was about the players who are doing well in the Ranji trophies and in the Vijay Hazares and in the Syed Mushtaq Ali trophy. And apart from that, there were these leagues going around, Maharaja, TNPL, there's a league in Punjab, there's a league in, Madhya Pradesh, a league in Delhi, a league in Bengal. One person, if you want to start with, who changed everything around in the last couple of years for RCB?
See, I'm not very sure you can just pinpoint one person. I think it is more than that. It's a combination of factors. As you just noted, Andy Flower also played a part, has played a huge part. Is someone who has an impeccable record as far as being a coach. Let it be in international cricket, let it be in franchise cricket, wherever he goes. At least the team does reasonably well. They might even go on to win titles, be it in PSL, be it in ILT20, be it in even T10 cricket, be it in even obviously IPL, be it with LSC as well. They didn't disappoint. They still managed to qualify for the playoffs, be it in the hundreds or be it with England cricket team buying one national series in 2013-14. So he's someone who's very data driven because I've met him a couple of times in the obviously unofficially in the airports, and one can see that while talking to him that is very data driven, is someone very much keen into matchups. So all these things obviously would bring into the equation. And also maybe after that Kevin Peterson fiasco, Andy Flower perhaps has kind of mellowed down in terms of understanding man management skills. I'm not saying Kevin Peterson was a saint out there, because obviously he also has had a lot of problems with others. But I think perhaps his management skills have also improved, and it's not just him. You also talked about Dinesh Karthik. I think he's a very, very good
Mm,
batting coach.
mm,
Someone like Mo Babat is very experienced as a director of cricket, and one could see even in the press conferences that he's very calm-headed. Is someone who I think it doesn't speak much. When he speaks, I think he speaks the right things. So that is what I would say about him. And even if you look at someone like Omkar Salvi, I think he also would have played a
yes.
part, because you look at their pace bowling, overall pace bowling. It's not just about Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Look at someone like Rasik Salam, someone who has improved by leaps and bounds. So someone must have played a part out there. So I think it's a combination of factors. And Rajat Patidar, I think, is a fine captain as well. Who's very calm captain. I've seen him captain the side Madhya Pradesh. So I guess it's a combination of factors. I go back to that second net session. I think I was the only one alongside a guy from Deccan Herald who attended this RCB second net session, and the kind of camaraderie I saw in that net session. Dinesh Karthik obviously making all those funny gestures. The players were laughing, smiling. Yes, it's not like they were not involved in some serious net session, but still there's a lot of camaraderie in that particular camp. And when you have that kind of camaraderie, I think it kind of rubs off when you take the field, and that is what we have seen. So even if someone like Pilsall gets injured, Venkatesh Iyer comes in, scores a lot of runs, or at least gives you those quick starts. When Bethel got injured, and when someone like Hazelwood got injured or didn't play in
Mm,
the early games, Jacob Duffy got you Player of the Match award as well. So even these reserve players have come in and done well. Even those players who are not expected to do well, like Rasik Salam, have come in and done well. And I think they have also picked the right kind of candidates, because you also mentioned in one of the live shows about Mangesh Yadav. Yes, I respect his skills, but in the second or third net session, when I was watching Mangesh Yadav and Rasik Salam, it seemed as if it was Rasik Salam who was in better form out there. And as soon as Abhinandan Singh failed, I think they took him only because he dismissed Kohli a couple of times. But as
yes.
soon as
Yes.
he failed, yeah, it was
Yeah.
Rasik Salam who got in. So all these factors tell you that they picked the right players, and also I think they have created that kind of winning environment. Not just one Andy Flower, but everyone who is in that coaching staff.
Yeah, you mentioned that in our earlier shows, Bharat, that how important was those intra squad games there. When you talk about a Rajat Patidar, his game, especially against pace. We talked about Rajat Patidar, the player versus spin, and then we talk about Rajat Patidar, the player versus pace. And now, when you compile those two skills, it's very close to each other. It's not like that we can make a huge difference or pen down a huge difference between Rajat Patidar, the spinner, playing against the spinner rather, and then the batter who's playing against them. So first thing that, but I was reading to some article and there was a wonderful line there. There was a book called Art of War, and there's a line in it that victory comes from a system, not an event. Weber, when you talk about RCB, it's a system now in place. Earlier we always used to complain this about RCB that यार ये तो ना auction table पर ही tournament हार जाते हैं. The auction strategy is always like यार why they pick this kind of players. Sometimes Washington Sundar at 3, sometimes they don't have someone in the middle order. What if Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers got out in successive manner? So there were these questions arise. And then in last 2-3 years, it was the system which came into place. And I think it was after the arrival of Andy Flower. If anyone tells me that pinpoint a particular moment which transformed Royal Challengers Bengaluru. I think there was a book also. Someone wrote a book. I'm not remembering his name, but there was a chapter in it in the very last section that why CSK is winning everything and why not RCB is not winning anything. And there was these reasons penned down in that particular book. And then you come down to this particular reason that when Andy Flower joined in, and then the tactical shift happened after Mo Bobart, and then that bridge gap between when Dinesh Karthik comes in. Obviously, we have a lot of names there, but I think the system got right, Weber, and everything is following since then, because we can pinpoint this particular moment in RCB's revival. How do you see that?
See, obviously, system plays a very important part. If you look at RCB's history, they have
Yeah.
always been a team not just making wholesale changes when it comes to the squad. Obviously, they always retained Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Chris Gayle, the stalwarts, the homegrown players. But when you look at other players, the uncapped players or not a lot established players, then they used to release players, just after one bad season. And same happened with happened with Delhi Capitals. Same happened with Punjab Kings. The franchisees who never won trophies. So it has happened. But now what has changed for RCB? Their nucleus has changed. Their DNA has completely changed, and it's just because of the balance that they have struck. Look what you have at the coaching staff. You have an Omkar Salvi. You have a Dinesh Karthik who can talk to your Indian players, and then you have a Mo Bobat and obviously Andy Flower. Andy Flower. I don't think there is anyone better than Bharat to talk about Andy Flower. He has been tracking Andy Flower's coaching career since very long time, and many.
Bharat used to stop him in airports. If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong, Bharat
he
used to stop him at the Dubai airport when we were going to the Champions Trophy, and he was asking questions from Andy Flower. That I met Andy Flower there, and I want to ask questions from him.
one fanboy, Andy Flower's biggest fanboy. I think nobody appreciates Andy Flower the way Bharat does, and there is a good reason. Look what he has done in across franchisee leagues, across franchisee competitions. His CV as a coach is definitely one of the best, and he has brought that stability to RCB team management, and that is what I was talking about earlier. RCB, ownership used to make a lot of changes, not just in the team, but in the team management as well. It seemed like they used to operate on the lines of the how Pakistan cricket runs, PCB runs Pakistan, because every bad series you will see changes in Pakistan team management and coaching staff. Every year you will see changes in RCB squad, in team management. You had an Ashish Nehra, you had an Mike Hasten, you had a Daniel Vittori, you had a lot of coaches, but none of them could make an impact. Now see what an Andy Flower has done, what a Dinesh Karthik has done. It was Dinesh
Exactly.
Karthik who proposed the idea of bringing a Phil Salt, Bhuvneshwar Kumar for that.
Bhuvneshwar
Some
Kumar, yes.
so I think yes, we have to appreciate what Andy Flower is doing as a head coach of the team, but the way what the local talent that has been scouted by Dinesh Karthik, he has played a
Yes.
big role in that, and a lot
Yes.
of credit should be given to Dinesh Karthik again for being so easy
Even
to approach.
people were telling me that Krunal Pandya is also his choice. Krunal Pandya, inclusion of Krunal Pandya into
Exactly.
the RCB squad.
I don't think there is any doubt about that. And the shift that Jitesh Sharma made from Vidarbha to
Yes.
Baroda, I think that
Yeah.
also has a lot to do with Krunal Pandya, because
Will.
Krunal Pandya is the captain of Baroda. But
Captain
that
there.
is what
Yes.
I'm talking about. Yes. So that is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Stability. It's about the stability. Now you have a stable
Okay.
team management. That is why you are seeing more players being retained, even though players are not performing. See, Romario Shepherd didn't had a great season, but I don't see
Yeah.
Romario Shepherd being dropped for next year, because they have
Yes.
enough trust in him that obviously one bad season can happen to any player, any player.
Exactly.
Ruturaj
Yeah.
had a season for CSK, but he will be retained, and that happens when
There
you
comes
have a
out the
stable team
Chennai
manager.
fan. Chennai fan. There comes out the Chennai fan from
I
Vaibhav
don't
Tripathi.
know
But
how
but
long you will give me the CSK fan label, but I am not a
you are. Why
believer.
not you accept it? Why not
I
you
am a
accept it?
neutral.
It's not a bad thing to be a
I've
Chennai
always.
Super Kings fan. Come on,
I
Now,
am a
Vaibhav,
Tirsa, is
you
it
reporter.
a
going
bad?
to a monologue
I
explaining that
Yeah,
he's
retired.
a
Tirsa,
fan
is
of
it a
I
bad
Chennai.
thing to be a
retired.
Chennai Super Kings fan?
There's
No,
no
not at
debate
all. I mean, it's
whatsoever.
okay. Your team is
I
losing,
am
but that does
neutral.
not mean you'll
I
disown the
am.
team,
Arre,
Vaibhav.
Yeah.
I have seen the best years of CSK.
just for
The
those two
fan
years,
in me
why
retired
would
in
you
Ahmedabad
यार
in
why would you not
2023.
be associate with the
यार
CSK?
ऐसे सीएसके फैंस को ना थोड़ा सा रोहित आरसीबी फैन से सीखना चाहिए. 17 years, no trophy, still we never disowned our team, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See, the
But they
thing
have
about CSK
but they
is
have worse reasons to disown. They have
it's
worse
never
reasons
about
to disown
CSK.
their team.
It's
But
never about
Yeah,
CSK.
the team has given reasons for but Vaibhav मान लो यार इतने लोग थोड़ी गलत बोल रहे हैं.
but
See,
Trisha,
I am a MS Dhoni fan. I openly say it. I have said it 1,000 times. When
that's
MS
more than
Dhoni was
enough.
the captain, then I
That's
was a fan. Then I was a
that's
fan.
more
Now
than
I'm
enough.
no longer a fan
That's
of
more than
CSK
enough to
because
tell
MS
that you are
not
a
is
You
not
are
CSK
at
a
fan.
the.
MS Dhoni fan, and CSK Kashi sir in many of his interviews to us has said CSK is Dhoni, Dhoni is CSK. So you are equal to RHS equal to LHS.
Srinivasan has also said, the CSK boss. But the thing, my point is, when MS was the captain, then only I was a CSK fan. Now
No
I'm no
problem.
longer the fan. I'm
Okay.
completely unbiased and neutral. I've always been. I'm reporter first, then a fan.
And I was thinking like that why Boryada is sending a CSK fan to cover a RCB victory in Bengaluru. Boryada,
One RCB fan was supposed to come here, land here, and do this,
yeah,
but now
but
he's
he has a
sitting
flight to
there
Sri
in
Lanka.
Delhi.
I think he
He's
has a
sitting
flight
in
to Sri Lanka.
Delhi. He's happily sitting in his room in
Okay,
Delhi and doing the
yeah.
shows.
Sure. Trisha, I remember last year around, I was in one part of the world called Northamptonshire, and I can't able to get this feeling that RCB has won a trophy after 18 years. And people were video calling me, showing me that, look, this is what happening at this point of time in India. Are you frustrated that at this point of time, when it's the RCB era all around the social media, they are saying that now our time has started and we will do it under 7 years or 8 years. The five trophy drought, we will end it under 7, 8 years. You are not in India. But anything you're feeling there means any RCB fan, any Virat Kohli jersey there, or you are just trying to, scroll down the Instagram feed, trying to like more such videos so that your algo is showing you such kind of videos. What are you doing there?
My algo
Been asked.
already shows me all RCB videos because I am I am that big a RCB fan. Yeah, yesterday
Yeah.
it was quite frustrating because a number of friends of mine are in Bangalore, and in fact, one of them showed Webhub to me saying, "Is this Rev Sports? Somebody is covering us. Is this Rev Sports?" I
Why
said,
he is not
"Yes."
looking happy? Why he is not looking happy?
Yeah,
I always
and
had
then
smile
I
on
said
my face.
CSK
Look
fan.
at the camera. I always
I
had
said
smile on
CSK
my face,
fan.
man.
No, but on a serious note, I think
Yeah.
3, 4 of my friends were in Bengaluru, and
Yeah.
some actually flew down to Bengaluru to watch the match together. They were texting me, and I was sitting here at Taunton, and I actually called my mother and I said, I feel so bad that today, right now, I am not there because in Kolkata also, by the way, a group of my friends and we have a group of RCB people also, like, we have become friends now after chatting. So they were watching the match together, and here I was alone, and I was tensed when the match happened. And when we won, I was like, "Why am I here?" I mean, well, the
Yes.
purpose is all good, but the celebration part completely because it was quiet. I just got a cheesecake for myself to celebrate. That's it. There was nothing else. Then people were going bonkers. By the way, let me tell you something. Last match was in Gloucestershire, right? So
Yeah.
there were RCB jerseys full on, and there
Okay.
was an incident which happened. I have to tell you this.
Yes.
Nat Silver Brand, like after the match, the players were taking, t-shirts or caps from the crowd and signing them.
And
So there
yes.
were 2, 3 jerseys that were thrown at Nat Silver Brand, who was standing there right in front of on the balcony. And she was going to sign, and then these kids suddenly say, "No, no, not you, RCB, RCB, Lauren Bell." So
Not an
RCB
MI
fandom is
player.
quite there. Yeah. And when Lauren Bell is bowling, be it Chelmsford, be it in Bristol, RCB chants are everywhere. There are people wearing Virat 18 jersey, RCB jersey. So RCB is quite a fever. I'm sure tomorrow also, because we have won, I'll see a number of jerseys, and let me see if I can get some reactions.
Can I just add a
Good.
line? Just one line. Just
Yeah.
one line.
Yeah.
Because you talked about net sessions, I just remember one point from where, especially some of those early net sessions. You remember Rajat Patidar was not in good form in domestic
Yes.
cricket. He was kind of struggling.
Yeah.
And in every net session, what I saw was about 30, 40 minutes, maybe even more than that. Some side
Mm.
arm throwers would bowl short of a length, back of a length all the time, maybe even short at him so that he would try to pull, so that he would try to cut. So these small things also definitely helps. It is not for 10 or 15 minutes, for hours together. Rajat Patidar was practicing against the sidearm throwers for long, long
Yes.
periods. So I think it's just a combination of factors. All these coaches, sidearm throwers, everyone, I think has just come into play.
Okay, coming to you, Shojani. The first thing we talked about, it's the system which is in place. I think at this point of time for RCB, and there's everything coming together. Be it a Virat Kohli masterclass, because Virat Kohli's masterclass was always there, and that's what I was telling in the meeting today. And I think Trisha was also writing about it. in detail. That if you talk about the 2009, Virat was there, RCB was chasing. In 2011 also, in 2016 also, the story was quite similar, but we are not getting the trophy. Finally, he was there, RCB was chasing, and he has done. Means the same Ravi Shastri story, that he strikes it out of the ground and the party starts. I don't know that whether he said the party starts in Ahmedabad or not, because we were live at that point of time. But Shojani, is it more about the system or the kind of players you're seeing at this point of time, understanding and then executing their roles and their experience? For me, I think Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, their experience with a youngster like Abhinandan Singh at the start, and then Razik Salam. They don't have Yash Dayal. They don't have Thusara also there. They have a Hazelwood who was injured at the very start. Then Romario Shepherd, we talked about. Suyash Sharma also didn't have that kind of season. And apart from that, there were injuries at the top also. First Phil Salt, then Jacob Bettel, Venki Iyer, promoted, demoted, everything. But it's the system and the personnel they have. Execution-wise, it was bang on from RCB.
I think, Bharat always mentions this one line that a winning team is a happy team. And I think that is the case with RCB. They
Bharat
started
has
the
borrowed
tournament.
it from Gautam Gambhir. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to
Go
change
on.
my answer now. So Gautam Gambhir once said that a winning team is a happy team. So I
Yeah.
think that is the case with RCB as well. Because, when the tournament began, initially, in the previous year, we saw how well they played and they won the tournament. And, it was a surprise. It came as a shocker because we also expected that, no one expected that RCB would win. And this time that they won again, it's again a very big shock. Yes, Trisha, nobody
No,
expected
that-
RCB to win. Nobody expected RCB to win.
Everyone
But this
expected
season-
RCB to win. Come on, Shojani.
You
Are
did
you
not, Shojani. You are a KKR fan.
also
You
a
did
CSK
not.
fan?
No, she's a KKR fan. That's why she's not
I
happy.
expected
I
RCB
can
to
totally
win
understand
even
her
last
pain
year
then.
and this year as well.
See, there you go.
Okay, so I've
I
been
can
proven
totally
wrong once
understand
again
Shojani then.
for the second
Ajinkya
time.
Rahane is a great leader.
No, but having said that, I think that the team has been performing really well this season. They have all performed together as a unit. Definitely, the management has a big role to play. Especially, mentioned all the names: Dinesh, Karthik, Beat, Andy Flower. Everybody had a big role. But I think that the players also contributed because Rajat Patidar, even yesterday when they had won the trophy and when he was going out there giving the presentations, he very specifically mentioned that he still wants to improve on his game. He wants to improve the way that he tackles pace, and I think that is what matters. Introspection matters, and all the players out there, they are aware of their flaws. They know where they have to work on, and as a team, they have worked together. Be it Rashik Salam, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazelwood. Definitely, they've provided RCB with the crucial wickets. They've bowled, but again, Rashik Salam, he also has a very big role in that bowling unit. He's gone out there, taken wickets. And you mentioned some of the players did not have the season that they kind of hoped for. Romario Shepherd was one player who was under constant criticism. But again, then the team management showed faith in him. He was backed throughout the season. And then Krunal Pandya, immense contribution in the team. I mean, the way that, he went out there with his bouncers, especially this season, Krunal Pandya had a very big role to play. Apart from that, if we look at the management also, I think, overall, I feel that the team is very happy. There's a coordination. They are very content with whatever they have around them. And I think at the end of the day, gratitude is something that matters. And, talking about RCB now that they won, definitely next season, you would wish 3 for a row. But I don't think that's going to happen, Trisha. Very sorry to hurt your feelings.
And then when it happens, you will say that.
Yeah,
nobody
exactly.
thought-
Nobody expected. Yeah. That nobody
Yeah,
will
I
be
don't
you.
I don't know what happened last night, but I think they were partying till 6 a.m. I don't know whatever said in
Also,
between
Wow.
those parties.
Rohit, what I wanted to add is that I forgot to add this. Yesterday when we saw that the catch, Virat Kohli, his catch Shubman Gill. So initially after the catch was taken, Virat Kohli was very skeptical. He constantly went and spoke to the umpires and asked them to recheck. And when it was given not out, the way that he celebrated on the ground, the way that he was cheering, it was very evident that he wanted to stay for his team till the last ball and hit those winning runs.
But he himself was so sure that he doesn't need that big screen decision. He was there. He said that, no, I'm not out. If a third umpire said out, at that point of time, that will be then an interesting picture to see. But we have a debutant also today, Srishti, who's it's her first day. And best wishes to you. Congratulations. Welcome to the family, Red Sports family. Talk us through about this moment, because you yourself been covering this IPL. And the way this has panned out for RCB, I think we in our different shows talked about this, in extensive sessions, that Punjab at the very first season was looking untouchable, but there is a team who's looking, complete, because Punjab in those moments also the bowling was looking a little weaker. 200, yes, their batters were scoring 200, but their bowlers were also giving 200 with quite a ease. On the other hand, RCB have someone like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Josh Hazlewood, and then after the third game, the Mumbai Indians game, where they impact, this Rasik Salam, and suddenly everything changed. And Bharat told us about this, that who's looking really good. But do you think that this was the point where everything changed for RCB? They were looking the number one team from the very start. Yes, they lost the game versus Rajasthan Royals at the very start, but if you look at the composition, if you look at the playing combination, it was all about that. This team is the 10 on 10 team. If you can give someone 10 on 10, GT maybe 9.5, but RCB 10 on 10.
See, Rohit, like when we talk about RCB, the first thing which changed for RCB, it was in year 2024, like not 2025. Like they only won one game. Out of the 8 games, they lost 7 of the games and they won only one game. And after that, they qualified for the playoffs. Yeah, we were the champion at that year, 2024 KKR. But after that, when the auction came in, Kolkata Knight Riders was not good at the auction table. And when we saw RCB and everybody was talking about it, I was only talking about it like, is RCB going to win with these players? Bhuvneshwar Kumar, again out of form. Krunal Pandya, very bad season. So are they going to win with this squad, with this 11 or with this squad? How is it possible? And when they stepped into 2025, the first game was against us only. So the way they batted, they fielded, they bowled in that particular game, and the way they played the first game in 2026, it was very clear when they said that we are not the defending champions, we are the attacking champions. And they played like that only because, honestly, if you look at their bowling attack, if we just look at last year Hazelwood was doing wonders, but Bhuvneshwar was getting a bit expensive, like a bit of expensive. And this year, Hazelwood was a bit of expensive, but Bhuvi was great. The thing is, it's all about teamwork. Earlier, if you remember the old RCB, it was totally dependent on Virat, AB, and Chris Gayle. And after they were gone, both of them, it was only Virat. They had Mahipal Lumro, like in the middle order. No disrespect, but at that point of time, Faf was there and Virat. The whole team was dependent upon them. And then came 2025, the game-changing time when DK was there in the dugout. He, I think, cracked that fact that, guys, you cannot win with the batting. If agar ऐसे batting से जीता जाता तो SRH पे और trophies होती. As simple as that. So you need a good bowling attack. If you don't have a good bowling attack, only bowling win you the tournament. It's batting. Batting can take you to the playoffs, to the finals, okay. But if you have to win the tournament, it's your bowling. So they focused on their bowling. I have seen, they haven't gone for big names. They went for quality. They gave the backing to Venki, to Krunal, to Bhuvi, to Romario. In fact, like everybody is. In fact, Jitesh Sharma. Nobody is talking about Jitesh Sharma.
Yes.
As a finisher, as a finisher, he was not that great, like which we expect from him. So again, the thing is, like, it was totally a teamwork and the team environment, which a lot of teams are missing. But RCB has a team environment. Overall, with all these things, they have turned out to one of the greatest and best side, and I'm very happy for the fans because they waited for 18-19 years to win like these. Like, we had 3 trophies. CSK, I think Baba Will is a CSK fan, which I heard over here. So CSK had 5 trophies. Mumbai is my second favorite team. It had 5 trophies. But whenever we talk about RCB, they used to get trolled. 49 all out and many things. We have our best records against RCB. But this year again, Virat was a single guy who literally defeated us in that game. He came out to be not out. So again, RCB as a team and as a unit and their management, everything was just on point. But I will just like to say one more thing at the end. Our day will also come again and we will also shine brighter, I hope, because I'm done watching 2 seasons and crying in front of the TV. Like,
there's a old saying in Hindi, दुनिया गोल है तो हर छूटी हुई चीज एक बार फिर से वापस आएगी. So it's
100% उसी का इंतजार रहेगा, कभी तो आएगी.
And when you talk
ये personal life में भी होता है क्या?
ये सब जगह होता है. ये सब
Maybe.
जगह काम करता है. जहाँ पे
Maybe.
कुछ नहीं मिला, जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं मिले, ये काम कर जाता है. But trolls were so bad that if in England 2 years back त्रिशा किसी आइसक्रीम शॉप में जाती है और वो बोलती कि एक कप आइसक्रीम दे दीजिए, तो कहते मैम आपको कप नहीं दिया जा सकता, आप कोन ले लीजिए. That were the trolls. That bad were the trolls at that point of time. But this was all about this inside and the back room. Because we all heard
Rohit,
stories.
1 second.
Yes.
Can I button?
Yes.
Sorry. Just before you end, I came this side because I wanted to show you guys this church. So I don't know how many of you read my piece or when it will be published, because I'm still very confused about the timings. But anyway, the point is, yesterday after the first half, I had gone out to get food because I had forgotten to eat in all the
Yes.
nervousness. And then while coming back, by the time I finished my food and coming back, RCB were 88 for 2. And we were racing. We were surely winning. I was walking just by here and that Rashid Khan over where both the wickets fell. I did
Yes.
not take 1 second, went left straight inside the church, and I was sitting there continuously. I only came out when Virat's catch was taken, and I called Shorjani, and because I texted Shorjani that Kohli out again. See, the thing is, as you said, the memories, the trauma that started flooding in. That Kohli got out, even though we are right there. You never know what if we cannot finish it. So I called Shorjani because Shorjani texted back to me that you have won, relax. And I called her and I was like, what happened? What happened? She was like, no, it's not out. The catch is not out. Then I took some time off and I just
No, but it
came
took
back.
me 5
So,
minutes to convince her that it was not out
Yeah.
because she kept
Yeah.
on believing that I was, joking with her. I said, no, it's not out. It's not out. You can relax. But
Yeah, I was like, who told you?
but no, Rohit bhai, but what you have to keep in mind is that the conditions were also not easy.
Mr. Javagal Srinath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yesterday the conditions were also not easy to bat, right? It was very humid and the players were also cramping up. So I think credit has to be given to them as well. Virat Kohli, for the first time I saw him struggle. For the first time on the field. I don't think I remember, I don't remember him struggling on the field, especially running between the wickets.
I mean, that's the thing about number when it comes to age. It always goes up. It's not coming down for him also. But what a season for him. He deserve all this, means all the love, all the praises, every like, every heart, every emotion, every comment. He deserve, because he has offers. He said that multiple times. I was thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, and there were multiple checks. It's not the exact sentence what he said, but he said that teams were ready to take me with a good amount also. And when it comes down to Virat Kohli in his peak, we know what the good amount is all about. So teams were ready, but this is when it comes down to loyalty. हाथ नहीं छोड़ा, साथ नहीं छोड़ा, and विराट की वफादारी को आज जो है वो सलाम कर रहा है हर कोई. So that's what how it penned down for Virat Kohli. And what a journey it has been. I'm not saying that he is not coming next year, but what a journey if he sees these 19 years. It's maybe if anyone trying to write the script of his biopic, it's coming to get that perfect. And maybe 2027 World Cup and 100, who knows that wherever he wants to say that this will be my last. I think it is coming down to that perfect ending as far as Virat Kohli is concerned. But yeah, one more, Srishti multiple times said that Hamari. So I think it's a KKR fan moment for Shorjani also, that another KKR fan is in the office. So best of luck to you guys. And as I said, welcome to the family Rep Sports. And thank you so much. We'll try to give you all the details from all parts of the world. Shubhanda is going to be there day after there. He's traveling tomorrow. He'll be there in the Mullapur. Trisha is in England. I'll be traveling on 5th to Sri Lanka in Dambola for the India A Games. And Vaibhav is in Bengaluru. Vaibhav, have some Mysore Park, bro. It's really good. Enjoy the success of RCB and Benny Dosa. There are multiple things. Go to Indranagar or somewhere else. You'll have multiple things. Bharat Ramraj will help you on that. Thank you so much, guys. Take care and keep watching Ref Sports.